Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today I'm going to be talking about my favourite books featuring ghosts. So I have the lovely Boo here and I love ghosts in books. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. It's like one of my favourite things and I feel like I need to read more like ghost romances especially. I feel like will be great. So yeah. So I'm just going to talk about a few of my favourite books that have ghosts in them. So the first one is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And this one we're following Alistair, who goes to Yale and she gets recruited by this Ninth House who is like there to police the kind of secret societies. So the secret societies get up to like magic and the Ninth House is there to make sure they're not doing anything like too bad basically. But then I can't remember exactly how, but she ends up kind of not befriending exactly, but like teaming up with this ghost guy trying to solve this like mystery. And then there's also these kind of like hell dimension, I don't know. There's this other guy, Darlington, who he's kind of also teaming up with Alex and they're kind of like trying to solve this mystery. And there's just various like ghosty characters. There's this mysterious figure like Daisy who's no one really knows what's going on with her, and there's these like murders that have been happening and then they're trying to solve them, and it's just very like dark academia but with like ghosts. So yeah, so I really enjoyed this one. I feel like Ninth House I've seen quite mixed reviews, but I feel like for me I just got so sucked in and I love the whole like Yale setting and obviously the ghosts. So yeah, so I really love this one. And then next we have Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. So I love this one so much. So this one we're following Yadriel and he's trying to prove that he's a brujo to his family because he's trans. And so in their like community they have the brujos and the brujas, I might be saying that horribly, have different powers. So the brujos can summon the dead, and no, not summon the dead. I'm making stuff up. So the brujos can like guide the dead and kind of guide the spirits onto the afterlife. So Yadriel tries to like find his cousin who's gone missing, but he kind of butchers it and ends up summoning this like other ghost called Julian, and Julian's like this bad boy. And oh, Julian, he's so funny. I love Julian, he's so cute. But yeah, he's I feel like at the very start of the book I was a bit unsure, but then as soon as like Julian came along, then like I started loving the book so much. And just the kind of banter between them, and then it sort of turns into like a romance, and they're like the ghost angst. I just feel like it's just superior, like the angst of someone being a ghost. It's just great. And yeah, just the whole like, and the whole kind of magic as well, like it's not really magic but like the kind of, yeah, the like powers and like lore is very fascinating, and the way everything kind of like came together. I feel like ghost romances can go very wrong very quickly, but I feel like the way it was done in this book was like so well done, and yeah, I just loved it so much. I feel like it's a great book to read, and also the kind of has some really important discussions around like kind of, yeah, like trans lives, and I don't really know a lot about that. So it was very interesting to me to read, almost having to like prove yourself when really you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And yeah, I just feel like it was a really kind of beautiful book and like coming of age, and just the ghost just added to it all. So yeah. Next we have a couple of middle grades. So one of them is Ghost Squad by Claribel Ortega, and this one's just so fun. We're following these like two little girls, and so she can kind of see the like spirits of her family who are dead, and so but then something starts like going wrong with them. They start kind of going a bit bad, so she like teams up with her best friend and they're just trying to like investigate what's going on with these like ghosts of her family. And it's just a really fun little cute middle grade, and yeah, it's just really fun. I just loved it. There's not a lot to say about it. I'd highly recommend it. It's on Scribd, I think. The audiobook's quite short, but yeah, it was just really fun and kind of atmospheric. And I feel like the whole like family, I feel like there was a lot of like emphasis on like family and friendship, which I really love. That's a huge thing I love about middle grade in general. So yeah. And then we also have Dragon Pearl by Yoon Holly, and this one is Ghosts in Space, which first of all, Ghosts in Space is just like my absolute favourite thing. I don't know why. If you have any recommendations for any other books, then please leave them below, because yeah, it's just one of my favourite things. So yeah, so this one we're following Min, and she's trying to like track down her brother who's sort of gone missing. So she sort of infiltrates this like space academy, and she's also a kitsune, and like she can like change shape, which is really cool. But then then they kind of go to this like space station, and there's all these ghosts there, and it's very mysterious, and oh, it's just so good. It's so cute. I love middle grade. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one. It's got a lot of mythology as well, because it's one of the Rick Riordan Presents books. And yeah, so it's just really fun, and I would highly recommend it. And also the Prosper Redding books by Alexandra Bracken. They're not quite ghosts. They're kind of, it's more like demons, but I feel like I wanted to include it because it sort of fits, I feel like, if you read them. And yeah, it's just really fun. So Prosper kind of becomes possessed by this like demon thing, so called Prince Alistair, and Prince Alistair is trying to like he's very funny. So he keeps like, so when Prosper's asleep, he keeps like taking over his body and like going and doing things to try and like sort his own stuff out, and it's just a great book. I feel like it's very like a great autumnal read, because like it's set kind of in like northeast America, which I feel like that kind of just that setting feels autumnal to me. I don't know why. The kind of like Salem type area, I think maybe because of the witches and stuff. But yeah, so it's just a really great read. I would like, for like Halloween time, I think it's great. So yeah, I really love that duology. And next we have Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. So I wouldn't say ghosts are the main focus of this series, but there are some really great like spirity moments. And then one of the characters, Suki, she is a ghost, and she's not a main character, but she sort of has an important role in the book, and she kind of has like interlude chapters every now and again. And yeah, so she's really great. But mainly we're following what's her name? Yumeko, who is a kitsune, half kitsune, and she is grown up in this monastery, and then one day the like monastery is burning down, and she has to like save this scroll. And then she kind of she like runs into this other guy, Tatsumi, who's like trying to hunt down the scroll, but Yumeko doesn't tell him she has the scroll. So then they go on the journey to try and find the scroll, but Yumeko has it, but Tatsumi doesn't know, and they just sort of get up to all antics. I've heard this a lot compared to like an anime, which I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I feel like I can definitely see that. And yeah, and they sort of collect this like little crew of people, and yeah, Suki the ghost, she's great. So yeah, I just feel like this is a really fun book. And Night of the Dragon, oh, I have not recovered from that, but I feel like that one also has some great like ghost content, because there's like this scene where they're like walking across this like spirit thing, and then all these spirits like trying to come and like try and take them off, and yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, I'd highly recommend this series if you like ghosts. So yeah. And I have a couple of short stories, because I was kind of struggling to think of books with little ghosts in them. So one of them is Pile of Bones by Michael J. Sullivan. And also, so this is like a little short novella. It's really short. It's like about 40 pages or something. And this is like the prequel to the Age of Myth series. And there is actually a ghost that comes back in like I think it's the second or third book in the series. It's called a Row, but we first meet it in the in Pile of Bones, which is like a really short novella. And I feel like that would be a great place to just, if you wanted to get a taste of like his writing and see whether you would kind of like the series, I feel like that's great, because it follows Story, who's like one of the best characters. She is like such a little wild spirit. I just love it. And she has a wolf pet called Mina, and oh, they're so cute. But yeah, so anyway, there's this Row who's kind of like haunting things and just getting up to like no good, and Story's just trying to like work out what's going on. So yeah, it's a really great little like novella. So yeah, I believe it was free when I got it. You could get it free from Audible, so I don't know if it's still like that, but yeah, and narrated by the magnificent Tim Gerard Reynolds. So yeah, so it's a great little story. And yeah, and then the Row comes back in the main series. I really love actually that whole storyline. Yeah, so it's great. And then also Shadows for Silence and Forests of Hell by Brandon Sanderson, which is a short story in the Arcanum Unbounded. I don't know if you can get it individually. I feel like you probably can, like on ebook or something. And this one we're following Silence, who's like, there's this forest, and there's like spirits haunting the forest, and if you like go out into the forest without these like salt, I think it's salt, to protect you, then they'll come and like attack you. But if you like surround yourself in salt, then you'll be protected. Or I can't quite remember because it's been a while since I read it. But Silence is an amazing character. And also I love the like whole ghosts and like how spooky it was, and just these kind of spirits that were like, they were trying to like tame them. They're kind of very much like malevolent ghosts. So yeah, because I feel like a lot of these other books, the like ghosts are like the characters. But in this one, the kind of ghosts are like evil and like trying to like get them. So yeah, I would also highly recommend that one. And we also have The Raven Boys, which one of the characters is a ghost. I'm not going to say which one because I feel like it's a spoiler. But yeah, I love them. And the whole like crew, I just love the kind of whole group dynamic. And yeah, it's quite like an autumnal book as well, with like the whole kind of caves, water and like the forests and like general vibes. And we're following Blue, and she lives in a house. Yeah, she lives in a house like full of witches as well. Like her mother and all her kind of extended like family. Well, they're not all family, but that kind of thing. And then we also have these like 4 boys who go to this like posh private school. And Gansey, the main guy, I guess, he's trying to like find this dead Welsh king, and he gets a bit obsessed with it. And somehow, I can't remember exactly how, but Blue sort of gets involved with them and they're all just like hunting for this dead king, and they get involved in this like magical forest. And yeah, it's a great, like, I feel like it's a good YA series. I really enjoy it anyway, so yes. And then finally we have Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. Oh no, not finally actually. But this one we're following this so it's like this village living near a river, and there's like a pub tavern type thing as well. I feel like a lot of it takes place in like the tavern, which is really cool. I like books set in like pubs or taverns or like hotels. They're like I've got an itchy eye. And so one day this girl comes out the river, like a ghost girl, and various people in the village all have kind of claims on her. So it's very interesting. I think it's quite like a kind of harrowing and like melancholy book, because it's very kind of sad almost that these people have like, they have people they've lost, but then they sort of have this hope. But obviously not everyone can have it because it's only one person, and you don't even know if she's like actually real or is actually the one of these 3 people's like child, or I'm not sure it's all the child. I feel like some of them have a different reason, but yeah, anyway, so yeah, it's really good and really kind of atmospheric, and I feel like it's perfect for like autumn time, sort of like Halloween-y reading. It's very, yeah, like magical, dazzling are the quotes on the cover, and I feel like, yeah, it's very like atmospheric and spooky. But like spooky is a good word. So, and then I'm just going to mention The Diviners by Libba Bray. I feel like this is quite a popular series on BookTube. We've got the injury here, which there's footage of me actually causing this. And yeah, so I feel like this is a great one. This one has ghosts in, and I feel like the ghosts are just kind of there. They're not really actually characters. But yeah, the characters can like various characters can like see them and talk to them, and there's a lot of like, it's very like spooky and haunted. This series feels quite like haunted, I guess. I feel like if you like ghosts and you like spooky settings and just like 1920s New York, and it's just the whole like vibes, I feel like this is another good series to read like October time. So yeah, and just this kind of following this like whole crew of these characters who have like special powers called diviners. And in the first book, they're trying to solve these like murders that are going on. And it's a bit creepy as well. So yeah, I enjoy this series. So yeah. So that is everything. If you have any books featuring ghosts, then please leave a comment and let me know, because I'd really love to know. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I hope you're all having a great day, and I will see you next time.